The night swallowed her whole. It was as if the darkness itself had conspired to erase her from existence. The streets were silent, the air heavy with an unsettling stillness. The only sound was the distant hum of a city that continued to move, oblivious to the life that had just vanished. One minute she was there. Standing under the dim glow of a street lamp, she seemed to be just another figure in the night. But in the blink of an eye, she was gone. No trace, no clue, just an empty space where she once stood. The parking lot, usually a mundane backdrop to everyday life, now felt like a scene from a ghost story. A wife, a mother, a journalist. Susan Walsh was many things to many people. She was a loving partner, a devoted parent, and a dedicated professional. Her life was a tapestry of roles and responsibilities, each thread woven with care and commitment. The next gone, erased. It was as if someone had taken a pair of scissors to that tapestry, cutting her out and leaving only frayed edges behind. Susan Walsh, a woman who chased shadows, became one herself. It was 1996. The world was a different place, yet the mystery of her disappearance remains timeless. She had a knack for uncovering the hidden, the obscure, the things that lurked in the shadows of society. But this time, the shadows had claimed her. The air was thick with humidity in the New Jersey night. It clung to the skin, making every breath feel heavy. The fog rolled in, wrapping the streets in a shroud of mystery. It was the kind of night where anything could happen, where the line between reality and the unknown blurred. She stopped for gas, a routine errand. Just another task in a day filled with them. The gas station was a familiar place, a brief pause in her journey. But this time, it was different. This time, it was the last place she was seen. The mundane had turned into the mysterious. She never made it home. Her car, her belongings, everything was left behind. It was as if she had stepped into another world, one where she no longer existed. The street lamp cast a lonely glow, illuminating the emptiness that now filled the night. The disappearance of Susan Walsh sent ripples through the community. Whispers filled the air, each one carrying a different theory, a different fear. Community meetings were held, people gathered, desperate for answers. The newspaper headlines screamed of a mystery that had no solution, a puzzle with a missing piece. A small town held its breath. Every corner, every street, every house seemed to be waiting, hoping for a sign, a clue, anything that could explain what had happened. The lights in the houses flickered like beacons, each one a silent vigil for the woman who had vanished. The unknown whispered on the wind. Where did she go? The question hung in the air unanswered, a haunting echo that refused to fade. The wind carried it through the trees, over the deserted roads, and into the hearts of those who were left behind. The mystery of Susan Walsh's disappearance remains, a shadow that lingers in the night. Susan Walsh wasn't just another face in the crowd. She was a beacon of integrity in a world often clouded by misinformation and deceit. Her journey was not just about reporting facts, it was about uncovering the deeper truths that lay hidden beneath the surface. From a young age, Susan had an insatiable curiosity and a relentless drive to seek out the truth, no matter where it led her. She believed that every story had multiple layers, and it was her duty to peel them back, one by one. She was a woman on a mission. Truth was her compass, justice, her North Star. Every step she took was guided by an unwavering commitment to these principles. Her determination was evident in everything she did, from the way she meticulously researched her stories, to the passion with which she pursued leads. Susan knew that the path to truth was often fraught with challenges, but she faced them head-on, never wavering in her resolve. As a journalist, she dug where others wouldn't dare. She ventured into places that many would avoid, driven by a need to uncover the stories that others overlooked. Her work took her to crime scenes, dark alleys, and places where danger lurked around every corner, but Susan was undeterred. She believed that the most important stories were often the ones that were hardest to find, and she was willing to go to great lengths to bring them to light. She gave a voice to the voiceless, her pen, her weapon. She wasn't fearless, but she was driven. Susan understood the power of words and used them to shine a light on the injustices that others tried to hide. She wrote with a clarity and conviction that resonated with her readers, giving a platform to those who had been silenced. Her reporting was not just about telling stories, it was about making a difference. She believed in shining a light on the darkest corners. Susan knew that the truth often lay hidden in the shadows, and she was determined to bring it into the light. Her investigations took her to places that were shrouded in secrecy, where she meticulously sifted through old files and documents, piecing together the puzzle of the stories she uncovered. She was relentless in her pursuit, knowing that the truth was worth the effort. She had a knack for uncovering secrets. Susan's ability to connect the dots and see the bigger picture set her apart from other journalists. She had an intuitive sense for where to look and what questions to ask, and her persistence often led to groundbreaking discoveries. Her work was a testament to her skill and dedication, and she earned the respect and admiration of her peers. And she had stumbled upon a story that had the potential to shake the very foundations of the society she lived in. It was a story filled with intrigue, corruption, and danger. Susan knew that what she had uncovered was just the tip of the iceberg, and she was determined to dig deeper, no matter the risks involved. She understood that the truth was not always easy to find, but she was committed to uncovering it no matter the cost. A story that someone wanted buried. The deeper Susan dug, the more she realized that there were powerful forces at play, determined to keep the truth hidden. But Susan was not one to back down. She knew that the stakes were high, but she also knew that the truth had to be told. Her dedication to her craft and her unwavering commitment to justice drove her forward, even as the dangers mounted. Susan Walsh was a journalist who lived and breathed the pursuit of truth, and her story is a testament to the power of integrity and determination. The gas station was a beacon in the night. Fluorescent lights hummed, insects buzzed around the pumps. Surveillance footage showed her pulling in, a lone figure lost in the mundane. She filled her tank, then nothing. No struggle, no witnesses, no trace. Her car was found later, abandoned in a nearby parking lot. Her purse was inside, her belongings untouched. It was as if she had stepped out of her life and into thin air. The investigation hit dead ends, leads ran cold, theories swirled like dust devils. Had she run away, staged her own disappearance? The police explored every angle, her family clung to hope. But as days turned into weeks, a chilling realization set in. Susan Walsh had been digging into a dangerous story, a story about an underground crime ring, human trafficking, drugs, extortion. She was close, too close. Had she stumbled upon something she shouldn't have seen? Section 5, A Web of Deceit. In the heart of the city, where shadows stretch long and secrets fester, a story of deception began to unfold. It was a tale that would grip the community, leaving everyone questioning who they could trust. The deeper the police dug, the murkier the waters became. Every lead seemed to open up more questions than answers. Files that should have been straightforward were riddled with inconsistencies, and the more the investigators tried to piece together the puzzle, the more it seemed to fall apart in their hands. They uncovered a tangled web of lies and deceit. Witnesses clammed up, evidence vanished. It was as if an invisible hand was orchestrating the chaos, ensuring that the truth remained just out of reach. The investigators felt the weight of an unseen force, a puppet master pulling the strings from the shadows. Someone was covering their tracks, someone powerful. This wasn't just a case of petty crime. It was something much larger, much more sinister. The kind of power that could silence witnesses, erase evidence, and manipulate the system to its advantage. The kind of power that made even the bravest investigators think twice. Someone who'd do anything to protect their secrets. The case went cold. Years passed. The initial flurry of activity and hope for resolution dwindled into a cold, hard reality. The community moved on, but the scars of the unsolved mystery remained. The whispers of what might have been continued to haunt those who had been closest to the case. Susan Walsh's name faded from the headlines. The once prominent story became just another unsolved case, a statistic in the annals of the city's history. The media moved on to fresher stories and the public's attention shifted. But for those who had known Susan, the pain of her disappearance was a daily reminder of the fragility of truth and justice. But for those who knew her, the mystery lingered. They couldn't let go of the hope that one day the truth would come to light. They held on to memories, clung to the belief that Susan's story wasn't over, that somewhere, somehow, the answers were waiting to be found. They were haunted by unanswered questions. Every new lead, every rumor, every whisper of a clue reignited the hope and the pain. They couldn't rest, couldn't find peace, knowing that the truth was still out there, just beyond their grasp. Haunted by the possibility that she had stumbled upon a truth too dangerous to uncover. A truth that someone, somewhere, was willing to kill to keep hidden. The story of Susan Walsh was more than just a mystery. It was a chilling reminder of the lengths to which people would go to protect their secrets, and as long as those secrets remained buried, the web of deceit would continue to ensnare all who dared to seek the truth. Section 6. The Price of Truth. Journalism is a dangerous game. We shine a light on the darkest corners. We give a voice to the voiceless. We hold the powerful accountable. But sometimes, the truth comes at a price. Susan Walsh knew the risks. She embraced them. She believed in the power of the pen. She believed that exposing the truth, no matter how ugly, was a fight worth fighting, and she may have paid the ultimate price for it. Section 7. The Vanishing Point. The gas station stands as a silent sentinel. A grim reminder of the night Susan Walsh vanished. The years have dulled the pain, but not the questions. Where did she go? Who took her, and why? Was it the story she was chasing? Did she get too close to the truth? Or was it something else entirely? These questions linger, unanswered. Section 8. A family's agony, a nation's mystery. Susan Walsh's disappearance left a void, in her family, in her community, in the pursuit of justice. Her husband and children live with the daily torment of not knowing. The not knowing is the heaviest burden. Her story, though faded, is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface, and the importance of fighting for what's right, even when it's dangerous. Section 9. Unanswered questions, unresolved pain. The case of Susan Walsh remains unsolved. A puzzle with missing pieces, a story without an ending. But some stories are never truly over. They live on in the whispers, the rumors, the hope that one day, the truth will surface. Until then, the mystery endures, a chilling reminder that some secrets refuse to stay buried, and some disappearances may never be explained.